The bustling market square of Naventhia Prime was unlike anything Lieutenant Alex Reynolds had ever experienced. Hues he didn't have names for danced in the air, bright stalls overflowing with peculiar fruits and shimmering fabrics, enticing aromas wafting through the crowd. Native merchants shouted in a blend of musical alien dialect, their voices rising above the chaos. As a seasoned diplomat, Alex had traveled to numerous planets, but this was a crammed tapestry of life, bursting with energy. His mission here was straightforward: strengthen human and Naventhian relations, but to Alex it felt more like a scavenger hunt. "Hey, Jensen," he called over his shoulder to his colleague, Lieutenant Sarah Jensen, who was negotiating with a vendor about the cost of a luminous silk scarf. "What's up?" Sarah replied, her hands gesturing animatedly, a grin on her face. "Just thinking we should grab some Naventhian food before we head back to the ship," he suggested. "Can't argue with that. But let me just finish this first." Before Sarah could finish her sentence, Alex spotted it, a stunning headdress on display atop a pedestal, its intricate design radiating elegance. Without a second thought, he was there, examining the object that seemed to beckon him. It was adorned with gemstones that sparkled like stars and delicate filigree that shimmered under the artificial lights. "What do you think?" he called to Sarah, holding the headdress as if it were a trophy. "Alex, put that down," she warned, but it was too late. "This is amazing," he murmured to himself, pulling it over his head. The eye-catching object seemed to settle perfectly. "What do you think?" he asked once more, glancing at Sarah with a smirk. "Seriously, you're going to get us in trouble," she chided, though a smile tugged at her lips. As soon as the headdress perched atop his head, the atmosphere shifted. The lively chatter of the market hushed, and the energy morphed into something palpable, a blend of astonishment and dread. Alex blinked, taken aback as onlookers stared wide-eyed, murmurs rippling through the crowd. What's happening?" he asked, perplexed. "Oh-ho," Sarah muttered, narrowing her eyes as she scanned the crowd. "This isn't good. That headdress is royal." "What? Royal? I thought it was just—" A towering figure appeared from the throng of aliens, her presence commanding. An array of colors flowed through her luminescent skin, contrasting against the vivid backdrop. Selena, daughter of the Naventhian High Council, moved with a grace that belied her formidable stature. Her dark hair cascaded down her back, adorned with an array of delicate crystalline ornaments. "That is no mere trinket, human," she exclaimed, her voice booming yet fluid, as if music had suddenly acquired a dramatic tenor. "What was I supposed to know?" Alex said defensively, raising his hands as if to ward off impending trouble. "I'm just a diplomat." The crowd seemed to draw closer, curiosity glimmering in their eyes. Selena stepped within inches of him, her gaze intense. "You wear a symbol of commitment. The headdress of my mother represents a bond that cannot be taken lightly." Alex's heart raced, a mix of embarrassment and confusion swirling within him. "Wait, what? Commitment? I was just trying it on." "This is a misunderstanding. The laws of Naventhia are clear. Removing the headdress now risks offending our traditions." Selena's anxiety simmered just beneath her composed exterior, a flicker of vulnerability surfacing. "Can I just, apologize? Or take it off?" Alex attempted, feeling the weight of the headdress pressing down on him. Sarah stifled a laugh, clearly fascinated by the absurdity of the whole scenario. "That is not how this works, Earthling." Selena shot back, the corner of her mouth twitching as though she fought against a smile. "You have engaged in a betrothal, whether or not you intended it." At that moment, Alex felt a rush of despair. "This is terrible," he exclaimed, looking imploringly at Sarah. "What do I do? Just go along with it?" she called back, her eyes dancing with amusement. "After all, how often does one get betrothed to a royal?" "Not exactly on my bucket list," he said, shaking his head in disbelief. Selena crossed her arms, an amused smile dancing on her lips. "I suspect you make this far more complicated than it seems." Alex sighed. "I am really sorry. Can we initiate some sort of royal dispensation?" "Dispensation," Selena repeated, clearly intrigued by his earnestness. "You propose to dissolve what you have broken?" Yes, exactly that. I didn't mean to offend. I just thought it looked cool," he replied, meeting her gaze, desperately trying to convey sincerity. The crowd's whispers morphed into laughter. Selena's stern demeanor cracked, a chuckle escaping her lips. "You are a curious human. Few would wear my mother's headdress so carelessly. Perhaps this was a chance encounter. Chance? I like the sound of that, Alex said, his heart lightening as she softened. But you must understand, it is not simply a matter of wearing a trinket, she continued, clearly enjoying the banter. We must navigate this together. A royal betrothal must appear authentic. Alex blinked. Did you just say authentic? Are we supposed to look like a couple? Selena nodded, more serious now. Precisely. But perhaps these misunderstandings might yield a deeper understanding between our worlds. I suppose that's one way to look at it, he replied, weighing the gravity of her words. As a diplomat, I've had my share of odd situations, but this one tops the list. That is the spirit, Selena declared, her eyes sparkling once more. We shall make the best of this accidental bond. Just then, a loud voice came from the back of the crowd. What's happening? Is the human marrying the princess? Alex cringed. Well, not exactly a marriage yet. Just a betrothal. Sort of. The crowd roared with laughter, and Alex felt his cheeks grow warm. He glanced at Sarah, who was doubled over, laughing uncontrollably. Welcome to Neventhia, Lieutenant. Selena grinned, taking a bold step closer. Let us navigate this betrothal and teach each other about our worlds. You might even grow to enjoy it. Well, can't say I'm not intrigued. Just let me know if I need to wear this thing all the time, he replied, lifting a finger toward the dazzling headdress as a sense of unusual camaraderie began to form. Perhaps this unexpected twist could turn out to be something unforgettable. Walking beside Selena, surrounded by the vibrant crowd, Alex felt oddly optimistic about what lay ahead. The market buzzed around them as they formed an unlikely alliance, each step forward imbued with the promise of new adventures waiting to unfold. Chapter 2: Royal Complications. The following day found Alex navigating the halls of the Neventhian palace, still adjusting to his peculiar situation. The corridors shimmered with opalescent decorations, echoing with the whispers of guards and attendants as they passed by, their expressions ranging from curious to amused. The headdress, though beautiful, felt heavy atop his head, both a physical burden and a reminder of his blunder. Are you sure I need to wear this? Alex grumbled to no one in particular, adjusting it awkwardly. Indeed you do, replied a voice that cut through the hushed atmosphere. It was Selena, regal and poised, her own version of the headdress resting upon her dark hair. It is essential for any public gathering while we navigate our arrangement. Arrangement, he echoed, raising an eyebrow. Is that what we're calling it now? With a smirk, she gestured for him to follow her. You and I must engage with my family this evening. They need to understand the predicament, especially my father. Wonderful, Alex sighed, running a hand through his hair. You think he'll be okay with me being an accidental royal fiancé? We shall see, Selena replied. But you must assure him of your good intentions. After all, he will want to know why one of his daughters is betrothed to a human diplomat who accidentally wore a family heirloom. Alex chuckled nervously. I can almost hear the conversation now. Oh, Your Highness, I didn't mean to offend. It was an innocent mistake. Selena shot him a knowing glance. You might have to do just that. As they stepped into the grand dining hall, Alex felt a mix of excitement and dread. The room was opulent, with glowing crystals embedded in the ceiling, casting shimmering reflections on the long table set for dinner. And at the head of the table sat her father, High Chancellor Merrick, a majestic figure with an imposing presence. Father, may I introduce you to Lieutenant Alex Reynolds, my betrothed, Selena declared, her tone shifting to one of formality. Ah, the human who has unknowingly messed with our traditions, Merrick said, his tone light yet critical. Do enlighten me, Lieutenant. How does one manage to make such a blunder? Alex swallowed hard. Well, Chancellor, it was quite unintentional. I thought it was just a beautiful piece. Silence, Merrick interrupted, raising a hand. You need not explain yourself, for we have grown accustomed to whimsical tales. What is important is whether your heart is genuine, young man. Our traditions may seem rigid, but they are built on something far deeper. Alex glanced at Selina, seeking support. Of course, Chancellor. I respect your customs and wish to understand them better. I came to Neventhia to foster a partnership, not to create a mess, he said earnestly. And yet, you have found a way to do both, Merrick replied, leaning forward with interest. Tell me, how do you see this partnership unfolding? Well, Alex began, searching for the right words. I believe our cultures have much to gain from each other. Humans have learned a lot from our standing conflicts, cooperation being key. With our technologies and experiences, I see an opportunity to collaborate. Interesting. You speak of cooperation while wearing a royal symbol, Merrick observed, arms crossed. Perhaps it is serendipitous. Serendipity indeed, Selina chimed in, causing Alex to glance at her. But it is crucial that we fully understand each other's customs. Alex deserves a chance to learn about us, and perhaps in turn we might find something new about your world, too. Let him explore, father. Explore, you say? Merrick mused, stroking his chin thoughtfully. So you would suggest a series of cultural exchanges? That could be valuable. I would love that, Alex said, a flicker of hope igniting within him. I want to embrace your culture, learn your history, and understand your ways. Then so be it. For now, you shall remain betrothed, Merrick declared, a hint of a smile breaking through his stern expression. But know this, if your intentions falter, there will be consequences. We'll hold him to that, Selina teased, but the weight of her father's warning lingered in the air. As dinner progressed, the conversation lightened. Alex began to relax, finding himself drawn not just to Selina's beauty, but to her intelligence and humor as well. After each course, the discussion turned to lighter topics. Selina shared tales from her childhood, making Alex laugh at her playful antics. You won't believe this, but there was once a giant crested gormorn that stole one of my father's shoes, she said, eyes sparkling with mischief. A shoe? Was it a prized possession? Alex asked, feigning seriousness. Absolutely. He wore it to court, and it became the talk of the palace for weeks. My father was furious, but I couldn't stop laughing. You have a way of turning chaos into charm, Alex commented, feeling a surprising warmth blooming in his chest. So, do you plan heists on a regular basis? Only when necessary, Selina replied, playfully nudging him with her elbow. What about you? What crimes have you committed in the name of fun? Well, let's see. I once tried to sneak into a zoo after hours to see a rare species of wolf. I got caught, of course, he said, chuckling. So daring. And you're not a little timid human after all, Selina remarked, genuinely impressed. As they shared their stories, glances were exchanged and laughter flourished, creating an undeniable bond between them. Even as they spoke, Alex felt the intrigue of their surroundings fade, leaving only the two of them immersed in their banter. After dinner, as they strolled through the palace gardens filled with glowing flora and fragrant blooms, Selina turned to Alex. What do you think of Neventhia so far? Is it to your liking? Honestly? It's beautiful. Different, yes, but intriguing in ways I never expected. You should be proud of your heritage. Thank you, she smiled, her expression softening. In truth, I was worried you would detest our customs. Not at all, Alex replied sincerely. Your culture is vibrant. I might even come to appreciate that I have inadvertently become part of it, even if it was unintentional. Selina chuckled lightly, seeming to consider his words. Well, we may adjust our course together then. Shall we see this through? Alex raised an eyebrow, affection welling up in him. As long as you don't mind me bringing the occasional bistro sandwich from Earth for my new royal fiancé. Deal, she laughed, the sound echoing through the garden, and in that moment, neither of them could deny the magnetic pull between them, a bond that had begun to blossom amidst the madness of a mishap. Chapter 3: Unexpected Alliances. The days that followed the royal dinner felt like a whirlwind for Alex. Each morning, he awoke to find the glittering headdress resting on a pedestal in his quarters, its presence a constant reminder of the unexpected twist that had plunged him into Neventhian culture. One morning, the sun peeked through delicate curtains, casting a warm glow throughout his room. He stretched, ready to tackle the day's challenges and maybe, just maybe, learn more about the fascinating world around him. "Lieutenant," a voice called from outside his door. It was Sarah Jensen, his fellow diplomat and friend. "Get ready. We're heading to the academy today to meet with some of their brightest minds." "Can't wait," he said, pulling on his uniform and rushing to join her. "I wonder what brilliant ideas they have for our partnership?" The Neventhian Academy was an impressive structure adorned with elegant statues and flora that reached toward the sky. As they entered, Selena was already waiting, her regal posture accentuated by the dazzling headdress that crowned her head. "Ah, our prized human. Ready to learn?" she teased, her smile bright. "Only if you promise not to trick me into another betrothal." He shot back playfully, mirroring her grin. Selena laughed, a melodic sound that echoed through the hall. "Fair enough. Today, I have arranged for you to meet our top scholars." As they progressed through the academy's expansive halls, the vibrant energy of students experimenting with various technologies amazed Alex. He observed groups working together, their varied skin tones and features blending beautifully, a blend of cultures and ideas bursting forth from the lively atmosphere. "Wow, they really dive into their studies," he commented, gesturing to a group of students who were deep in discussion, hovering over a holographic display featuring intricate designs. "They are inspired by the universe and its mysteries," Selena said, pride gleaming in her eyes. "They often collaborate, blending theories to create solutions for our world." "I could use a little of that spirit back on Earth," Alex said, a hint of envy creeping into his voice. Selena guided him through the crowded halls until they arrived at a vast amphitheater. A group of students stood front and center, ready to present their work. The soft hum of their excitement was palpable. "Welcome, Selena," one of the students called out. A bright-eyed alien named Lyra, who resembled a radiant ember with her fiery skin and bright eyes. "And you must be the human," she added, glancing at Alex, her enthusiasm infectious. "That's me," Alex replied, curious about what they had to share. "We're excited to showcase our latest project," Lyra continued. "We've been developing a new energy source that could potentially reduce interstellar travel costs by 50%. "That sounds incredible," Alex said, already imagining the implications for Earth. As the presentation unfolded, Selena leaned toward him, her expression serious. "You must realize, Alex, that our people are fascinated by your technological advances. We share a mutual interest in innovation." "Right, but there are barriers," he admitted. "Politics, funding. We might need a bridge between our worlds." Selena nodded, contemplating his words. After the presentation, she gathered the students to encourage dialogue. "Alex has insight into human technology that could be helpful," she announced formally. "You should exchange ideas," Lyra suggested excitedly, her interest evident. "What do you think about our energy source?" "Well, I think it could revolutionize space travel," Alex said earnestly. "But let's discuss the challenges you faced. We can brainstorm ways to overcome them together." "Exactly," Lyra exclaimed. "You see, working together, there are always solutions." The discussion blossomed into a lively brainstorming session, where ideas flowed freely between the Neventhian students and Alex. They debated technical details, and Alex shared perspectives from Earth's scientific community. Selena assisted in bridging cultural gaps and providing insights on Neventhian customs. By the end of the afternoon, everyone was glowing with excitement. "This is amazing," Selena said, looking at Alex. "You forged a meaningful connection here." Alex felt a swell of pride. "I didn't do this alone. Everyone contributed." As they left the amphitheater, Lyra approached him, blueprints in hand. "Would you be willing to help us present this to the council? We think it could make a real difference." "Count me in," Alex replied, thrilled at the prospect. "Incredible," Selena added, her eyes shining. "This could be the start of a new alliance." As they strolled through the academy grounds, Alex and Selena continued discussing plans for future collaborations. Their laughter punctuated the buzzing environment around them. "Seems like we're moving in the right direction," Alex said, turning to Selena. "I genuinely enjoy being part of this." "There's much to learn about each other," Selena replied, her expression softening. "And you're doing quite well, given the circumstances." "Am I?" he asked, feigning modesty. "After my less than noble entrance?" Absolutely, she countered. You have embraced our culture and shown an eagerness to learn. That is invaluable. Thanks, Selena. Your support means a lot to me, Alex said sincerely. Maybe we'll get to the point where we don't need to wear the headdress to be a part of it. Perhaps, she mused, tilting her head slightly as if considering his words. But I appreciate it, it reminds everyone of our bond. They walked together, thoughts swirling in the cool Neventhian air. The sun was beginning to set, casting vibrant colors across the sky, and it seemed as if the universe whispered possibilities into the fading light. I never expected to become entangled in intergalactic relations this way, Alex said, glancing at Sally. Them tripped, nearly colliding with Alex, who instinctively reached out to steady them. Whoa. Thanks. Didn't see you there, the student said, grinning. Careful. Alex warned, maintaining his grip. You nearly knocked me into the dust. Sorry, they laughed, brushing themselves off. That energy, Selena remarked, observing the enthusiasm of her peers. It's infectious, isn't it? It really is. I thought diplomats were supposed to be stuffy, Alex laughed, impressed by the camaraderie surrounding them. Not in Neventhia, Selena exclaimed, her playful nature emerging. We thrive on collaboration and excitement. Alex felt buoyed by her enthusiasm. I can see that. I think the essence of your culture might just be what we need back on Earth. Then let's work together and show them, she suggested, her eyes sparkling with determination. As they walked together, a deeper connection began to form through shared laughter, challenges, and dreams. Whether accidental betrothals or interstellar partnerships, together they were forging ahead into uncharted territory, side by side, ready to embrace whatever came next in their uniquely woven journey. Chapter 4: Convergence of Cultures. Days turned into weeks, and Alex found himself immersed in the rhythms of Neventhian life. Every day brought new interactions, fresh perspectives, and countless hours spent with Selena and the academy students. He was no longer merely the accidental royal betrothed but an active participant in a cultural exchange that was proving enriching in ways he hadn't anticipated. Alex, a cheerful voice called as he strolled through the bustling corridors of the academy. Lyra jogged up to him, her eyes sparkling with excitement. We're ready for our presentation at the council meeting. Are you coming? Of course. Wouldn't miss it, he replied, the anticipation lighting him up. Today's the big day? Absolutely. I've never seen the council so intrigued in ages. Your insights have added so much, Lyra said, pulling him down the hall toward the meeting chamber. Everyone is counting on us. I just provided a sprinkle of human perspective, Alex said, modestly shrugging. You all did the heavy lifting. As they entered the meeting chamber, a dome-shaped room adorned with vivid murals depicting Neventhian history, the atmosphere buzzed with energy. Selena was already there, her presence commanding the room despite the casual setup. She caught Alex's eye and nodded, a warm smile illuminating her face. Lyra, Selena greeted as they approached the front. I trust everything is in order? Ready to go, Lyra replied, beaming. Alex took his place beside Selena, adjusting his uniform nervously. What if they don't buy it? What if they think I'm just an outsider trying to impose ideas? Just be yourself, Selena encouraged, leaning slightly closer, a reassuring look in her eyes. You've already impressed the academy with your spirit. Trust in that. Thanks. You always know what to say. Selena smiled, then turned her focus back to the room as the council members began filing in. At the head of the long table sat High Chancellor Marek, his expression stony, but the twinkle in his eyes hinted at an expectation of something vibrant to unfold. Let us begin, Marek announced, signaling for the students to start their presentation. Lyra stepped forward, projecting a holographic display of their energy project into the center of the room. Honorable council members, we stand before you eager to share our findings on the new energy source. Alex watched as the students presented their research, amazed at how effortlessly they transitioned between the technical details and their unique insights. They demonstrated how the energy could power entire fleets with minimal environmental impact, emphasizing collaboration between Earth's technology and Neventhian innovations. Beautiful, Alex whispered to Selena, leaning closer. They're really nailing it. The presentation continued smoothly and Lyra smoothly wrapped up. In conclusion, we believe this collaboration could not only enhance our energy resources but also strengthen the bond between our worlds. We welcome your thoughts. The room erupted into animated discussions among the council members. Marek raised a hand for silence and the chatter quieted instantly. Indeed, this is quite an intriguing proposal, he said, leaning forward. I am impressed by your team's ingenuity. However, the concerns regarding feasibility and resource allocation remain. Alex took a moment to gather his thoughts before speaking. Chancellor, if I may? Proceed, Marek replied, nodding. From my experience on Earth, innovative solutions often emerge from collaboration where the strengths of one culture complement the challenges of another. There's much to be gained from sharing knowledge. Interesting. Marek's brow furrowed in contemplation. And how would you suggest we begin this coordination? That's the beauty of working together, Alex explained, feeling more confident. Establishing a joint task force that includes experts from both our worlds can facilitate this transition and address the needs and concerns of both sides. Resource allocation, for instance, could be tackled in real time as the task force encounters issues. Marek pondered for a moment, then turned to Lyra, Selena, and the other students. What say you? Is this something you are capable of undertaking? Lyra and her peers exchanged excited glances. Yes, Lyra exclaimed. We'd love to get started immediately. The council murmured in approval. Marek leaned back, visibly impressed. Very well then. I approve of initiating preliminary discussions regarding your task force. You will make your proposals to the council next week. Cheers erupted as the students hugged one another, their hard work coming to fruition. Alex turned to Selena, who was grinning ear to ear. We did it, she said, pure joy radiating from her. We all did it. Your leadership helped steer them in the right direction, Alex replied, feeling a rush of excitement. As they made their way out of the chamber, Lyra bounced alongside them, her energy contagious. I can't believe it. We're really doing this. Alex, thank you for your support. You made a huge difference. Really, it was all of you, Alex said, lifting his hands in a placating gesture. You had the vision, and I just pitched in with a few ideas. Now we need to celebrate, Lyra declared. Selena chuckled, I have an idea. Minutes later, they found themselves in a vibrant hall of the academy filled with colorful lights and cheerful music. It was a gathering space where students often held impromptu celebrations. All right, everyone. Dance floor's open, Lyra shouted, igniting a wave of laughter and excitement. Do you dance, Earthling? Selena asked, raising an eyebrow with a playful grin. Let's say my moves are better suited for dodging questions, he replied, chuckling nervously. Then allow me to show you the Neventhian way, Selena insisted, pulling him toward the center of the thrumming crowd. Okay, I'm game, he said, trying to gather his courage. As they began to dance, Selena took hold of his hand, leading him with playful authority. The beats melded with laughter, sparks igniting between them. See? It's fun, she teased, her luminous skin glistening under the lights, moving gracefully. Alex couldn't help but laugh. All right, I'll try. Selena's wicked grin encouraged him to loosen up, and he mimicked her movements, not entirely oblivious to the curious glances from onlookers. The night gradually unfolded with animated dancing, lively discussions, and shared laughter. Lyra grooved in a circle around them, and some students joined in, adding their styles to the mix. Later, as the rhythm slowed, Alex found himself standing close to Selena, catching his breath. You know, I didn't think this would lead to something so engaging. She leaned closer, eyes sparkling with excitement. That's the beauty of embracing the unexpected. Cultural exchanges often lead to the most delightful surprises. You've made this more than just a diplomatic trip for me, Alex said, his voice low but sincere. I genuinely look forward to learning from you and from this world. And I look forward to learning about yours, Selena replied warmly. It seems like we're shaping something remarkable together. The laughter and music continued around them, but in that moment, with her hand brushing against his, a deeper connection sparked between them. As their eyes met, Alex felt a familiar warmth grow, an unusual sense of belonging amidst an adventure that had begun as chaos and ridicule but now felt utterly exhilarating. Together, they embraced the uncertainty of what lay ahead, ready to explore the uncharted territories of their alliance. Chapter 5, A New Horizon. The dawn ushered in a new day on Neventhia, painting the sky in hues of gold and lavender. Alex woke up to the soft hum of life outside his quarters, an echo of festivities from the night before still lingering in the air. He stretched, gratitude filling him as he recalled their celebration, Yazel's infectious laughter, and Selena's graceful movements on the dance floor. Hey, Alex! Sarah Jensen's voice broke his reverie. She was leaning against the doorframe, arms crossed, an amused look on her face. I can hear you smiling from here. Just reflecting on last night, he said as he turned to face her. It was a blast. More than a blast. You practically led a revolution in diplomacy, she teased, stepping inside. You really connected with Selena and those academy students. Maybe, he replied, running a hand through his hair. It felt wonderful to be part of something larger than myself. Just don't forget you're still technically an accidental fiancé, she warned, winking playfully. But not that I'm complaining. You two seem good for each other. There's definitely a spark, he admitted. But it's tricky. I don't want to overstep any bounds. Just relax. You can't fake connection. Let it happen, she encouraged. We have a council meeting today, right? Let's go represent the home world. Fueled by Sarah's enthusiasm, Alex dressed quickly. They made their way to the council hall, and the moment they entered, they could feel the buzz of anticipation in the air. Council members were taking their seats, murmurs of excitement filling the chamber. Ah, Lieutenant Reynolds, Merrick's voice boomed as he arrived. Your insights from yesterday still reverberate through our discussions. I'm glad to hear that, Chancellor, Alex replied sincerely, his heart racing at the thought of addressing the council again. Once the meeting commenced, Merrick outlined the agenda, emphasizing the pivotal energy collaboration proposal the students had presented. Lyra took a moment to outline the task force's plan, followed by Selena, who elaborated on integrating Earth's technology. Together, we can create a shared platform for our research teams, allowing for consistent updates and collaborative sessions, Selena proposed, glancing at Alex with encouraging eyes. Perfect, one of the council members exclaimed. You've made it easy to align interests from both parties. Alex took a deep breath, sensing the positive energy flowing through the room. I believe we have a natural synergy in our interests. Each culture has tools and resources that can enhance the other, fostering not just productivity but innovation and understanding. Absolutely, Lyra chimed in, shifting her holograms to display charts illustrating mutual gains. We can formulate experiments that blend our methodologies to yield groundbreaking results. The discussion continued seamlessly, and Alex contributed where he could, building upon the students' energy and pushing boundaries in thought. Each interaction felt like a step forward, reinforcing the bond they were forging. As the meeting wrapped up, Merrick's voice rose above the gentle chatter. I declare our first joint task force to be established. May it serve as a bridge between our worlds. Cheers erupted from every direction, and Alex glanced at Selena, whose eyes sparkled with pride. Did we just do that? Alex asked, allowing himself a smile. I believe we did. Selena laughed, beaming with excitement. Once again, the academy turned into a festival of celebration. Students, council members, and diplomats mingled, discussing possibilities that lay ahead. Alex, let's introduce you to more of our culture, Selena suggested, pulling him away from the crowd. You've been so focused on work, you haven't had a chance to unwind. Lead the way, he replied, intrigued. Selena brought him to the outskirts of the academy, where a sprawling garden blossomed with exotic flowers and towering trees. The intimate setting felt inviting, with the melodic sound of distant music creating a peaceful atmosphere. Welcome to the Harmony Garden, she announced, spreading her arms to encompass the beauty surrounding them. Here, we celebrate creativity, art, and the bonds forged between our peoples. Wow, it's beautiful, Alex said, taking in the vibrant colors and serene ambience. What do you celebrate here? Selena turned toward him, her expression contemplative. In Neventhia, we celebrate achievements, both personal and collective. In many ways, it holds our history and is a reminder of our progression. He watched her, captivated. What do you personally value most about your culture? I would say unity through diversity, she replied thoughtfully. Our differences enrich our lives. We learn and grow from one another, and that is what makes us strong. I like that perspective, Alex said, genuinely impressed. It resonates with what I have seen in human cultures as well. There's always something to learn from one another. Exactly, she exclaimed, her enthusiasm infectious. Now, let's engage with a few activities. They wandered through the garden, discovering stations filled with art supplies. Each area offered a different experience: music, painting, writing, and dance. Here, Selena said, picking up a brush and holding it out to him. Let's paint together. Are you trying to make an artist out of me? He laughed. Just embrace it. The point is not perfection but expression, she encouraged, her excitement infectious. Taking the brush, Alex dipped it in vibrant colors and began to let his hand flow freely across the canvas. You keep painting. I'll try to keep up. Selena chuckled, mixing her colors seamlessly with each stroke. You're doing wonderfully. Just feel it. As they painted side by side, the atmosphere lightened. Each commented on their work, flowing into playful banter. Your technique is impressive for a diplomat, she teased. I didn't expect you to be so colorful. Well, I had to impress my royal fiancé somehow, he retorted, throwing a whimsical grin her way. A comfortable silence filled the space between them as they continued to paint, the noise of distant laughter softening. The moment felt exquisite, no agendas, no pressure, just connection. After a while, they stepped back to admire their creations. The two canvases reflected their individual styles yet intertwined beautifully. I see my artistry has her off on you. Selena joked, her eyes twinkling with mischief. Or maybe it's yours. I didn't realize a royal needed to be so multi-talented, Alex replied, smiling. Suddenly, there was a commotion nearby as a group of students began to gather, preparing for an impromptu performance of music and dance. Let's go watch, Selena suggested, grabbing Alex's hand. They stepped closer to the gathering crowd where students formed a circle showcasing their talents. A pair of dancers twirled gracefully, their movements weaving in sync with the lively rhythm created by musicians playing traditional Neventhian instruments. It's mesmerizing, Alex said, his senses heightened by the vibrancy around him. Would you like to join in? Selena asked, mischief glinting in her eyes. Are you kidding? He laughed, shaking his head. I'll leave the dancing to the professionals. But you have to try, she pressed, her expression eager. This is part of engaging with our culture. All right, but only if you promise to lead, he countered, raising an eyebrow. Deal? Just follow my lead. With that, Alex found himself swept into the circle with Selena, the rhythm pulsing through them. It was exhilarating, his heart racing as they danced, both lost in the moment. The laughter, the joy, and the warmth of each other's presence enveloped them. Alex couldn't help but feel and offer the life around him, a newfound connection that had grown far beyond titles or accidental betrothals. It was something genuinely profound. As the dance concluded, they were met with cheers and applause, breathless and laughing, their connection deepening in ways he never could have imagined. See? You're a natural, Selena proclaimed, eyes shining. Maybe I should be your dancing partner on Earth too, he suggested with a teasing smile. Absolutely, she replied, her gaze holding his. It seems you're more than just a human diplomat after all. You've become a partner. Alex interjected, the word hanging between them. Yes, she said softly, stepping a fraction closer. In this life, in this endeavor. All of it. Partners. The connection illuminated their space, every hesitance melting away. In that moment, with the vibrant energy around them and an unbreakable bond forming, they both understood. This was just the beginning of a journey filled with promise and adventure. A new horizon waiting to be explored together.